What's good? We back. It's the Boxing Clinic of more. Talking about Top Rank, Bob Arum, Top Rank. And shout out to, Rain Magazine, for this article, this interview with Mr. Bob Arum, man. I'm going to link that to the description for y'all so y'all know that it's trill. So basically, this is what Bob Arum says. He says the ideal scenario for Manny Pacquiao is to basically knock out Mike Alvarado. And, y'all fans, he's back. It's the old Manny Pacquiao. His punching power is back. He beat Mike Alvarado. And then he says it's going to be Pacquiao's choice of facing Vasily Lomachenko or Terrence Bud Crawford. And we already know, who Manny Pacquiao going to choose. He already called out Lomachenko. He already said, no, my Terrence Crawford. He don't want Crawford. He don't want to pass the torch to Terrence Crawford. Freddie Roach don't want the Terrence Crawford fight. He already said, I want $20 million to face Terrence Crawford. Bob Arum ain't giving him that. Even if Crawford gave up his purse, it wouldn't probably equal up to $20 million for Manny Pacquiao. But we know Lomachenko has reportedly said, shout out to Ellie Seckbeck, ES News, said that his father said they ain't fighting, they ain't fighting Pacquiao. They're going to say at 35, and that's what they're going to do. But Bob said, we want him to, win the title at 35, and then, his father said we think about going to 40 to face Pacquiao. Zeros can change that for Vasily Lomachenko. Zeros behind them numbers. And his mind can change very, very quickly, because at the end of the day, he's 30-something years old or close to 30-something years old. He may not get this opportunity to make this much money in his career again. So, he might not have the ideal matchups. He might not be able to risk it, moving up in weight and trying to go get those matchups. 35 is dead man's zone, especially with Mikey moving up and Linares not being an option. I mean, he ain't going to do nothing but do what he did at 130 and 126. And that's a whole lot of okay. He did okay. It's nothing that's going to take him over the top and make him this big star. Like Bob Arum is pushing him. But which one Bob Arum would rather have him fight will be Vasily Lomachenko. Because in that scenario, he wants to push Lomachenko. He's definitely pushing that man. He pushing him harder than Crawford. A lot of fans don't see it. And a lot of people only fans of Terrence Crawford because he's on the other side of that borderline. If Terrence Crawford was a premier boxing champion fighter, a lot of people wouldn't be mixing with Terrence Crawford to be supporting Terrence Crawford. And I remember he had a fight with Klimov. And when he fought Klimov, it wasn't the greatest fight. Klimov made it a tough matchup. And people were shitting on Terrence Crawford. And then he ended up fighting Ricky Burns and beating Ray Beltran. His career started to take off. People started salivating over him again. So, at the end of the day, I truly, truly believe that. A lot of people go, no. I mean, a lot of people aren't even honest with themselves. So, the demographic that I'm pointing at, we're talking about, those people in that area, they ain't going to admit it. They ain't going to admit it. But that's the truth. And a lot of people don't want to see Terrence Crawford decapitate Manny Pacquiao, their hero, their legend. They'd rather have a close fight with somebody and try to argue that Manny Pacquiao won the fight. And if they was going to pass the torch over, they'd rather have it pass to Vasily Lomachenko. That's what they would want. So they can hop on the Lomachenko bandwagon, which, they can hop on the bandwagon and hop off of it. He's an excellent fighter. He's on top 5 of my pound-for-pound list. But, we know who's not going to be picked, and that's Bud Crawford. Somebody it's going to be up to Manny Pacquiao. Basically it sounds like Pacquiao already called out Lomachenko. And it's pretty much seeming like Lomachenko said he don't want the fight. Ingus Klimov, the manager, he said the same thing he said about Rigondeaux fight. What is this going to do for us? It's going to do nothing for us. It's do nothing for our career. Being an old past prime legend, it does nothing for us. So you might end up getting Crawford and Pacquiao. You might. Pacquiao 39. You might end up getting Crawford and Pacquiao. Because I really don't think Lomachenko is going to take that risk. Unless Bob makes it really, really worth his while. And Crawford deserved this fight. He really does. Manny Pacquiao. This can help him gain leverage on all the premier boxing champion fighters. Pour more pressure on him. He got to win over Pacquiao. He got more popularity. He got more clout. He got a real solid win. Still at this point in Pacquiao, especially if he's able to knock out Manny Pacquiao. Then the chickens are clucking, and the sun is shining. And he's definitely gonna command a different percentage from the Premier Boxing Champions. Even if that fight is gonna happen, I don't really believe it's gonna happen in the near future. I'm not saying that it's Bob's fault, and I'm not saying that it's some of his fault, but be interested to see how this plays out. I don't think Alvarado has enough left to beat Pacquiao, and if he does, I mean, Pacquiao should have been retired. He didn't want to pass that torch for Terence Crawford 3 or 4 years ago when it would have been a much more easier fight. That's on him. Then people said, well, Crawford told him he had to go to 140. I mean, Crawford didn't say no shit like that. People worded his words wrong. But at the end of the day, I mean, we seen over and over it's Pacquiao who don't want that work from Terence Crawford. He's trying to move down the weight at 39 years old and face Vasily Lomachenko, who was just a super featherweight 6 months ago. But it's interesting, man. I'd like to know who y'all guys rather see Pacquiao fight. I'm gonna tell you this: if Crawford beat Pacquiao, it's gonna be water under the bridge. It's gonna be suppressed. Oh, he's supposed to do that, it's gonna be like that. You feel me? Lomachenko beat Pacquiao. It's gonna be the greatest thing since sliced bread. And that's what it is, man. That's what it's gonna be. And just part of being an American fighter, you don't get that support that you should get. You don't get that support. Like I said, he getting support because he was top ranked, man. That's where most of his American support coming from. Because he was top ranked. If he was Premier Boxing Champion Al Heyman, he wouldn't be hearing shit. People support them, but people know what people I'm talking about. But I mean, they're trying to put this guy over him, that guy over him. I mean, they would have been triple crazy if Triple G would have became undisputed. Terence Crawford did it. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. And Triple G 160-pound resume is trash. I mean, it's some people that he got his titles from. You ain't never heard of the guy from Germany. I mean, Lemuel Bum. He was handed a WC title. I mean, but you know how it is. Wishy-washy America. Boxing fans. We out.